Is the fare fair? Testing the taximeter. In the 1920s, after taxis were first introduced, people started to wonder if they were being charged a fair fare. NIST researcher Ralph W. Smith led the investigation and worked with local taxi companies to test both types of taximeters. He even used his own personal car dubbed the Pontiac as part of the study. To run the test, Smith and DC Highway Department installed 24 permanent bronze medallions into the curb along a 5-mile stretch of streets. The markers were used to measure distance. The study lasted 7 months. At the end of it, Smith reported there was no significant difference between the two meters, paving the way toward widespread use of the new meter and consumers feeling more confident in a fair ride.